Yo, what's up everyone? My name is Andrew Warren, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about another recent purchase that I made with Tesla stock. So, as you can see from the title, I spent $1,680 on Tesla stock today, and this was actually a purchase that I was wanting to make yesterday prior to today because I thought today was going to be another pretty big growth day, which it turned out to be. So I actually transferred that money from my bank account to my Fidelity investment account, and I was hoping that that would go through yesterday so I would be able to purchase in the after hours instead of having to wait until today, but it ended up taking longer than usual for some reason, so I wasn't able to instantly use that money. So unfortunately I ended up having to buy with a little bit growth after yesterday's movement. So because of that transfer, I missed out on a little bit of money, but even then I was able to still make some pretty solid profits on that purchase today alone. And if we take a look at the Robinhood chart right here, I believe I purchased somewhere around this range, at least from what I can remember. I think it was around this range. We should be able to see for sure with that with the purchase receipt that I'll show on the screen in just a minute. But before we get any further into this video, as always, please make sure to smash that like button if you enjoy the Tesla videos. And I just want to throw this out there. I usually just mention this at the end of the video, but it's a huge promotion going on. Webull has a promotion running where you can get 4 free stocks right now if you create an account and deposit some money. So keep in mind, you can use my referral link and you'll get 2 free stocks just based off of using that referral link alone. Those stocks can be valued up to $250, and then on top of that you can also get 2 more free stocks valued up to $1,600, and to get those you just have to deposit $100 into your account, and I believe you can take that $100 right back out. That's what I did, and I still got my free stocks. So I just wanted to let you all know about that, because especially if you're new and even if you're not really interested in Webull, it's still 4 free stocks, which is a pretty good amount of money considering that it's no cost up to you other than fronting up that $100, and then like I said, you can take it back out, I believe. But like I said, I made a purchase today of $1,680 in Tesla stock, so almost $1,700 worth, and this was actually in my Roth IRA account instead of my Robinhood account this time. So for the Roth IRA, I currently use Fidelity, and then for my first year of investing in the Roth IRA, which was last year, that was actually my first investment ever, and that was done through a broker at the bank. I have to call them up if I want to change my position or something like that, which is what I actually did a few months ago when I sold my previous position to buy Tesla stock. And like I said, that was my first investment ever back in October, and then other than that, I started with Robinhood on December 2nd. But I have learned that simply using a brokerage app myself, like with the Fidelity app, then it's just a lot smoother and you don't have to deal with calling someone up. And I think the actual site for that investment of that $6,000 in Tesla stock or whatever it's worth right now that I have in that Roth IRA, it's actually just much better to call up the broker and say, I need you to change this position. If you're going to change a position, just because that website is so archaic looking and just a struggle to deal with. So I've learned a big lesson since then back in October of 2019, and Fidelity is just a much better app for a Roth IRA account. At least I like it so far. I'm a simple man. I don't need too many features. As long as it does the basics and I have no issues with that, then it works for me. That's why I love Robinhood. For one thing, it's aesthetically pleasing. I like the user interface and it's really simple to use. And of course, might as well throw that out there. You can use my referral link to Robinhood as well if you want a free stock. But getting right into this investment, I'll go ahead and throw up the images on the screen of this recent purchase. So with this, we have the first part of the order. It broken into 2 separate parts, one for the full share amount and then one for the fractional share. So it says order partially filled, order to buy $1,680 in Tesla, partially filled, 3 shares filled at a share price of $541.35, and this was at the time of 11:37 a.m. So I believe I was right. We were looking at this little time frame right in here, so I actually got a pretty good discount if you think about it compared to the rest of the day. One of the lower points of the day for sure. So in terms of me not having the opportunity to buy yesterday, this was definitely one of the more ideal times to buy today, and that's just another situation where I get lucky with dollar cost averaging. I happened to buy at one of the better parts of the day because I didn't know where it was going to go for the rest of the day, so I said, you know what, I might as well just buy right now. There's no point in trying to predict the market or time the market, especially with Tesla, one that I think is going to grow tremendously in the future regardless. So that's pretty much my logic with purchasing. I don't really care too much about the price that I get in on, especially when it's Tesla and when it comes to like the up and downs of the normal stock market day. Here's the next image on the screen, and this is the one for the second part of the purchase, and as it states, this was for that remaining fractional share of 0.103 shares filled at a share price of $541.56, and this was at a time of 11:37 a.m. So the first part was purchased at a share price of $541.35, and then the second part was purchased at a price of $541.56. So pretty much the same, just a few cents off. And if we compare that to the current share price for Tesla, it is currently at $562.10. So a I've actually made a pretty good profit even on this purchase today. And for those of you that are interested in my current progress with the Roth IRA for 2020, I'll go ahead and throw this image up as well. This shows my current balance and then also my contribution so far and the remaining contribution as well. I actually really like this app because it tells me the remaining amount that I can put into it. I don't know if that's how a lot of the other apps out there are like, but still, this works for me and I'm satisfied with it. But as it states, my current balance is $3,846.40, and that is based on a contribution so far of $3,330. So I've made around $500 just based on this investment alone. Keep in mind, I haven't made a contribution for this year's Roth IRA until very recently, so I'm already making some really good gains on this given the fact that I have not contributed until very recently, like I said, and my remaining contribution for this year is $2,670. So I'm really trying to max this out. That way I can go ahead and focus on my tax payment. Once I have that tax payment finally taken care of, then I can start to focus on Tesla stock again, which is really the only stock in my sights at this point in time. Like I've said in previous videos, I still see a tremendous amount of opportunity with Tesla stock, and as mentioned in today's portfolio update, I still commonly see a lot of people that are doubting Tesla stock and saying that it's overvalued. And when I hear this, it's almost like a roll my eyes moment, because this is something that I saw way back when Tesla was $800 per share pre-split. Pretty much you would get roasted for buying Tesla stock even back then when Tesla became more popular. Obviously, many people in Tesla communities thought it was a good buy at that point in time, but outside of those communities, that's when you really get a grasp on what the general sentiment is towards a specific stock. And even though Tesla is doing well right now, Tesla bears, as usual, they're basically using that as a talking point against it, stating that it's overvalued and things like that. But the major thing I always like to emphasize about Tesla stock is that the whole point of the stock market is to invest in companies that you see a lot of value in the many years to come in the future, and Tesla is certainly one of those companies. And I personally think that it's pretty short-sighted to judge Tesla stock just specifically on what it's accomplishing right now and what that current share value is according to the things going on with the company right now. To me, that's not investing. Investing is, even if you have to pay a premium for a stock like Tesla, as long as you still think you can make a lot of money out of it in terms of that share price growing tremendously over the many years to come in the future, then I still see that as a great opportunity. And I think this is the common point that many Tesla bears are missing. They can't see the forest for the trees. They're too worried about the current share price and not about where it could be in the future. And even when the bears try to think about where it could be in the future, they don't want to talk about anything aside from the cars, or they want to say that Tesla is behind in the autonomy technology or bring up a potential competing company. And really, there's just no other company at Tesla's level right now. This lead is too hard to catch up to, especially considering the fact that Tesla is continuing to innovate, disrupt different technologies in industries, and this is a lead that cannot be caught up to because Tesla is competing with itself. It's trying to outperform its previous self. It's trying to increase those gross margins. They're trying to improve the efficiency of their expenses and also their manufacturing as well. Really pay attention to this. Elon Musk has stated this on Twitter before, that their primary advantage long-term will be their manufacturing. That's one of their main goals. They emphasize this on Battery Day. Their primary advantage and something that they're really aiming for is to be the best manufacturers in the world. Not the best car manufacturers, but the best manufacturers in general. And so far, we see these efforts happening where they're constantly trying to improve efficiencies. This is something that we've especially seen with discussions about the 4680 battery cell, where they use old soda bottle production lines as an example of really fast and efficient production, and we've already seen those on the lines and how fast they're able to produce them. And I know there's also likely some people out there as well that may think, I love Tesla, but even that's pretty crazy to invest it all in your Roth IRA. But this is just once again an example of the confidence that I have in the company and the confidence that I have in the research that I've done on this company and where I think they will be in the future. And this is another situation where my high risk tolerance is coming into play. It's not normal for someone to have 100% of their portfolio be one stock, yet that is what I do. And it's also not a very common occurrence for someone to put a stock that is not an index fund or an ETF in their Roth IRA and that be 100% of the Roth IRA. So not only is Tesla 100% of my Roth IRA this year so far and will be 100% of the maxed out $6,000 amount as well, but Tesla will be 100% of my Roth IRA overall, including both of the Roth IRA accounts that I have. So in total, all of my Roth IRA funds so far are in Tesla, and all of my Robinhood investing account is in Tesla as well. Pretty much every investment that I have, Roth IRA or taxable account, it's all in Tesla. Of course, as always, nothing that I say in this video is to be considered financial advice. This is me just simply sharing my thoughts and opinions about Tesla and the market, and also just sharing the decisions that I'm making personally. This is not a recommendation for anyone out there to copy me or for anyone out there to consider what I'm doing. I'm simply explaining my mindset and opinions to you all. And I also want to emphasize that investing 100% of your portfolio in one stock is a very risky move. And this works well in my situation because I have a high risk tolerance. I'm able to tolerate a significant drop in the market. Tesla dropped 22% when it was 100% of my portfolio. I lost like $28,000 that day. I never sold it because I had faith in the company long term. I also bought 2 shares of Tesla stock when it first hit $950 per share this year, early this year, pre-split. So that $950 was pre-split, and it actually took me a decent amount of time for me to go past that $950 again, because keep in mind, I purchased it near its peak at that point in time at around that $950 price tag, 2 shares, and then we had a crash from that, and I pretty much waited for it to recover all the way from $364 pre-split, and I held it since then, and I'm still holding it right now. So I have a high risk tolerance. I really want to emphasize that. I'm not emotional when it comes to the stocks in the market, other than me just simply getting excited on the green days. The red days don't affect me. I look at them as opportunity, but I do get excited when I see the green days a lot of times. I think that's pretty much a common occurrence across every investor, but the main thing for me is that I don't get emotional or stressed out about the red days. I simply look at them as opportunities. So anyways, with this video, I just wanted to talk about this recent purchase and have transparency and let you all know that I am buying Tesla stock right now, and just to show those receipts as well. But anyways, please make sure to smash that like button if you enjoyed this video and the transparency, and also feel free to check out Robinhood and Webull in the description below. Like I said, you can get a free stock with Robinhood, and you can get 2 free stocks valued up to $250 just for signing up with my referral link with Webull, and then another 2 on top of that valued up to $1,600 if you deposit $100 into your account, which I believe can be taken right back out after you get your free stock. So it's basically just nice passive income with minimal effort, and it also helps support the channel as well, which I greatly appreciate. But anyways, I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of your week.